So, you've noticed your solar system's power output is way down. The big question is, why? Is it just dirt? Is a panel damaged? Or is there a sneaky wiring problem somewhere? Guessing wrong can be costly, and it can even be dangerous. In this explainer, we're going to show you how to diagnose the real problem step by step so you can get all that power you're supposed to be getting. Okay, so you're faced with this low power situation. You're really at a fork in the road. You can either go down one path and just start guessing, maybe I'll clean the panels, maybe I'll just start wiggling some wires. Or you can take the other path and perform a real diagnosis. And let me tell you, the difference between those two paths, it's night and day. Guessing just leads to wasted time. You could even end up damaging your expensive equipment, and you're taking on some serious safety risks. A systematic diagnosis, on the other hand, that gives you precision, efficiency, and the confidence that you're tackling the real problem. All right, so first things first, we need to establish why guesswork is basically your worst enemy in this whole investigation. When you're dealing with electrical systems, making assumptions isn't just frustrating. It can be a dead end that costs you a lot of time and money. Precision is the name of the game. But here's the good news. You actually have a secret weapon. Every single solar problem, doesn't matter if it's dirt, damage, or wiring, it leaves behind a unique clue. Think of it like a fingerprint at a crime scene. We call this its electrical signature. So what exactly is this electrical signature? Well, it's just the unique way a problem messes with your system's electrical properties. Specifically, its voltage, which we'll just call V, and its current, which we'll call I. If you can learn how to read these signatures, you can pinpoint the culprit like a pro every single time. And it all comes down to one really simple, elegant formula. Power, that's P, equals voltage, or V, times current, or I. So think about it. If your power is down, it is a mathematical guarantee that either your voltage or your current has to be the problem. Our entire mission here is just to figure out which one it is. So let's frame this whole thing like a detective story. We've got three main suspects that could be responsible for stealing your power. Each one has a different method, a different MO, and each one leaves behind that unique electrical signature we just talked about. Now, this slide right here, this is basically the key to the whole diagnostic method. This is your cheat sheet. If it's dirt, the current drops. If a panel is damaged, the voltage drops. And if it's a wiring issue, the voltage also drops. But, and this is the key part, it only happens when the system is working hard, or what we call under load. Let's break each of these down. Our first suspect, and honestly the most common one, is just plain old dirt and grime. When you get a layer of dust, pollen, or bird droppings on your panels, it's like putting sunglasses on them. It just blocks the sunlight. This chokes off the flow of electrons, which means your current drops. Your voltage, though, usually stays pretty normal. The quick test for this is super easy. Just clean off a small section of one panel. If your power output jumps up right away, well, you found your culprit. All right, suspect number 2 is physical panel damage. Now, this could be something obvious, like cracks you can see from hail or debris, or it could be hidden microfractures inside the cells that you can't see at all. This kind of damage messes up the electrical pathways inside the panel, and that causes your voltage to drop or become really unstable. And here's the crucial difference. Unlike dirt, this kind of power loss is usually permanent. Cleaning isn't going to fix it. And now for our sneakiest suspect, a wiring issue. This could be a loose connector, maybe some corrosion, or even a cable that's just too small for the job. And here's the really deceptive part. When your system is just sitting there idle, the voltage can look perfectly fine. But the moment you turn on something big, like the air conditioner, putting the system under load, that bad connection creates a ton of resistance. It starts turning your precious power into wasted heat, and the voltage just plummets. If your inverter keeps randomly shutting down when you need power the most, this is your prime suspect. So we know the unique signatures of our three main suspects. The question now is, how do we catch them in the act? Well, here is a simple 4-step investigation you can follow to crack the case. But hold on. Before we start any investigation, every good detective needs to know the rules of engagement. And with electricity, let me be clear. Safety isn't just a rule. It is the only way to do this job right and not get hurt. Here's the process. Step 1, just a thorough visual inspection. Use your eyes. Look for the obvious stuff: dirt, new shadows, visible cracks, any funky-looking wires. Step 2, measure the open circuit voltage, or VOC. That's just the panel's baseline voltage when nothing is connected to it. If that number is low, that's a really strong clue pointing to panel damage. Step 3 is the big one for wiring issues. Measure the voltage again, but this time under load, while the system is working hard. A big drop here is pretty much your smoking gun for a bad connection. And finally, step 4 is to isolate. You test panels and strings of panels one by one to pinpoint the exact location of the fault. And as you're going through these tests, please keep these non-negotiable safety rules for DC power in your mind. This is not like the wiring in your walls. It's a different animal, and it behaves differently. So here's the most crucial point. Never disconnect connectors while the system is under load. Pulling a live DC connector can create a dangerous plasma arc. Think of a miniature lightning bolt that can cause severe burns and easily start a fire. You have to power down the right way first. And you have to remember there is no off switch on the sun. As long as there's light hitting a solar panel, it is producing electricity. This means the wires coming from those panels can be live, even if your inverter and your batteries are turned off. Always treat them with respect. And if, during your inspection, you see any of these signs, I'm talking burn marks, melted plastic, exposed copper wires, or any wetness near exposed wiring, stop what you're doing immediately. These are signs of a serious hazard that needs to be fixed before you do any more testing. So you see, in the end, it all comes back to just reading the signatures. If the current drops, your first suspect is dirt. If the voltage drops, you're probably looking at panel damage. And if that voltage only drops when the system is working hard, you've almost certainly got a wiring issue on your hands. By understanding these patterns, you can finally stop all the guesswork and start diagnosing your solar problems with confidence and with precision. So, armed with this new knowledge, what's the first thing you're going to check on your system?